Good afternoon. I'm coming to you from the Royal Botanic Gardens and from Long Island, which is a section of these gardens that celebrates Australia's indigenous people, the traditional custodians of the land. And I'd like to first start off by paying my respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional custodians of these lands. And the reason I say custodians is because this is how indigenous people connect with country. Custodians, meaning we walk on land with an understanding of our presence, what it means to be on country. And that is respect for the land, respect for all the creatures that live on the land, the plants, the animals, the insects, the birds. And you will hear this chiming sound behind me or around me, which is the sound made by the call of the bellbird. A really sharp but interesting sound, and it always draws me to this part of the gardens. And when we train forest therapy guides, this is a really important aspect of the work we do, of our training, is to understand the bioregion in which you live, so that you begin to really tune into the indigenous culture, the ways of being on country, and to be good custodians, first for yourself as a forest therapy guide, and then to impart that knowledge, that wisdom, that ways of being on country to your participants. And what that means is to walk with care, to not throw trash, to not pick up and pluck leaves and plants, to be really mindful of your presence on country. And this is one of the things that me as the president of INFTA, the International Nature and Forest Therapy Alliance, has been made aware of myself. I wasn't born in Australia, I was born in Sri Lanka. And for me to come to this country, to start this organization, to train guides, has really taken me on my own journey to understand all of the places that I've visited, all of the lands on which I walk, all of the country on which I practice, whether it's here in Melbourne, in Geelong, the lands of the Wurundjeri people, or further afield into other states, into New South Wales, into Western Australia. And part of that learning has led me to also tune into the seasons, not the spring and the summer and the autumn and the winter, but the 7 seasons of the Kulin Nation. And today, March, is the beginning of Waring, the season of the wombat, the turning of the season into the cooler times of the year. The managums are now flowering. And this is all indigenous knowledge. They understand that seasons are not determined by the date on a calendar, but what is happening in nature. And so I invite you to do the same, to go out today, feel the temperature on your skin, listen to the sounds around you from nature. Look around at the sky. What's the light looking like? Are the days getting shorter, longer? What is the pattern of the rain? And all these really inform us as forest therapy guides. But everyone should know about the country on which they live, they work, and live your life in accordance with the seasons. Really tune into the seasons. Begin to know what lives on the land and how you walk on country. It's a really important part of who we are, where we live, and how we take care of Mother Earth and all that lives on it, because we are all a part of the web of life. Thank you for listening, and I invite you to spend a few more minutes as we show you parts of this garden which you may have never visited before, or if you plan to visit us in Australia, to get an understanding of Australia and country. Thank you for listening.